Wassail rabbits, lume petit le pain. I can't wait to say that next month, actually, in France. It'll seem so exciting. So, it's the 7th new moon, and this is the repeating moon, because the moon that took place on the eclipse was a new moon in Cancer, and this is now a second new moon in Cancer. So we're trying to find out, what did you forget to see? What did you forget to see when the moon blocked out the sun? What did you miss? What was the thing that you need to repeat and do again? Well, you never did it the first time. So I've got the Odin and the 9 realms. Trying to do some weird things. Oh, okay. I didn't want more than one card, and they really flew out and winked at me, and I was just going to turn them away. You've got Elhas and Billrost, or the Billfrost. So you've got rabbits, you've got some kind of mystical, wonderful, magical protection coming in from Asgard. The Billfrost, or the Billrost, is the rainbow bridge that links the space between Midgard and Asgard. Midgard being where we live, Asgard being where the gods live. And you've got crows flying, but this is a very, very protective energy. You're being given divine protection. Why though, when that's something that you've missed? So, we're going to go with this Tarot Grand Luxe. And find out what it is you missed. What did they miss? Well, actually, first of all, what have they been, well, I was going to say, and why are you being protected? What did you miss? What did you miss? What did you miss? What did you miss? Oh. What did you miss? You missed a thought thief. Overlook! Overlook! It's like a thief. Stop, thief. You have the 7 of this is they're all slightly different, these readings, obviously. This one is completely different. This is like the divine stepped in to protect you from some kind of thought demon. That's really interesting. Let's get to the bottom, mes petits lapins. So, it's, someone's been trying to steal your lover away. So your last reading was about Mr. Darcy. This is someone trying to get you on Mr. Darcy. And they're, oh, look at them, putting on all their glamours and trying to be all kind of P's and Q's. Mind your P's and Q's. Oh, looking here, people. So, we have the Queen of Cups. So, you have your mirror soul energy coming towards you, because that is a real theme that's coming up. And there's this budgerigar speaking, squawking, crying to watch out, don't trust this person, there's someone around you. But I don't like doing readings like that, where you're trying to say, oh, you've got to watch out for somebody, because actually they're gone. They're not there now. But during that last moon period, Spirit stepped in to protect you from somebody's bad energy, is basically what's being said. And they were trying to kind of come in and shake up your world. And they were sneaky, but you know what? They're gone. They're not here now, so you don't have to worry about it. So I don't want you to dwell on this idea of an evil eye being upon you, because nothing could stop this lovely Elhas Billröst protection. You were protected, but there was something a little bit cranky went on around you, because there's something about this Queen of Cups that's so false. She's like the great pretender. She doesn't even look like she's meant to be the queen. She looks like she's stolen something. So there's this real sense of shifty energy was around you for the last month. And that you will have felt it. I need a sip of coffee. I made a cup of coffee with the most beautiful beans that a client brought to me. And I was so looking forward to the coffee, and when I ended the tiger reading, I picked up my coffee and a fly had died in it. Delicious. So, I think we need to know... You see, I wanted to say I need to know a little bit more about that person, but I don't think we do. I think we need to know what's going to be repeated. I'm going to take this deck. This is my very oldest original deck, because this energy that came in feels old, that's past. So can we just know something about this energy? Can we know something about this energy? They're like cotton wool. They're so beautiful. So there was this sense of inner turmoil created in the last month, and it's an inner emotional battle. It's almost, I see. So you were, since that last reading, you've been trying to do your inner work, to work on yourself, and this kind of has allowed you to feel or be left vulnerable to kind of personal attacks. You're feeling, I'm not saying you had personal attacks, that's not the energy. I know it came out as stop thief, but what it's saying is that while you've been doing your shadow work, it's made you feel incredibly vulnerable. That's the key to the message, the vulnerability. It's like everyone's been sharpening their knives around you, but they haven't, but that's what it's felt like to you. That's really interesting. And it's giving you, this is a reference back to your last reading, in that this isn't your true energy, that's the energy you keep portraying. This is your true energy, to be zen with emotions. This is falling beneath the Bilderröst card, whereas the inner turmoil was under a card of protection. So you've been protected while in this inner turmoil, but you haven't noticed that. You felt vulnerable. And actually, you're moving now into the real world in proper flow, in balance. Things are coming together. And obviously they're 5 and 6. 5s are a big theme at the moment, but 5 and 6 is about the frequency in the center of the earth grid emanating out to bring you some kind of cosmic messaging. So I'm going to ask for the cosmic reading cards to show us what's going on for you, rabbits. What's going on for rabbits? Because that's all very well telling them that they've been a bit vulnerable, but what's that? How do we get rabbits past it? Integrity. I just need to... So during your vulnerability, you've not been feeling your integrity to anything. You've been feeling completely separated from spirit, from yourself, you've been feeling cut off in the last month. And this is an 8-17. But that's really interesting, because that's referring me to the star, and that's a healing. So actually, you've needed to be cut off from spirit to heal your molecules, to get you back into the flow, and to get your, this is why it's this is why the protection has been from spirit, from the cosmos to the physical, but that bridge has been protected, like not even you could travel it. The birds have flown away, hugging and mugging and tugging. The two birds of Odin, his ravens, that fly and bring him news. You've been cut off. You've become an island of, I kind of want to say discomfort, but it's not wrong. It's part of the integrity that's needed. Look, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hang on. That's what you needed to do. You needed to get that out of you. I think we're going to get another one. Oi, oi, oi. Here it comes. Just bear with us. A sneeze is as good as a rest. Oh, it stopped. There are 6 eyes, 6 pentacles, 6. And you know, I want to kind of say the evil eye, that protection from, they're being brought back in now to bring you into flow. So, I'm hearing Cyprus in my head. Don't know why, but that'll be a message for somebody. What do they want to say about Cyprus? Well, 2 things. They want to talk about healing, some kind of healing to do with Cyprus, but also they want to, oh, I see. So it's about bringing discontentments together. The idea, I'm not saying that the island's going to suddenly become fixed on things, but there is something about, as we move forwards now, energies merging. Okay, so they're saying it's not necessarily Cyprus. They're giving it to me as Cyprus because Cyprus has this big wire fence down the middle. The idea that we're moving forwards into a time where this bridging of energies takes place by bringing a pathway back between peoples, by bringing things through. So this old ancient energy that you've been feeling, this early stop thief business, is old energy that's been rising up to be released from you. It's based on a series of false emotions that you feel within you, minding your P's and Q's. So minding your manners, don't mind your manners anymore. Step out and just be slightly ill-mannered to make sure that the message comes forward of things that we need to head into. So, we need some other cards, but I'm not fully certain. I would like a Moonology card to explain this healing, this bridging of things. Well, they're very interesting. So communication is key. You know, speaking to each other, it's like you've been in isolation. You're not talking to your higher self. That will change. But you're not properly talking to others either. It's like you've taken the I want to itch my now hand. You've taken... Just a sec. New moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Your communication slowed down at the end of May. You need to look back at the energy of the 5th new moon, rabbits, which was the one before we had our laughter. That's when you lost your laughter. That 5th new moon, something went on. 5s again. What is this with the 5s? So then you have luck on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Oh wow, this new moon in Sagittarius which is when the luck will finally hit home, is the next eclipse. Rabbits. That is interesting. So, what do we want? We're going to go with the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. What's the journey then? What's the journey forwards? Because you've still got this divine protection. This protection's so firm, it doesn't seem to be wanting to go anywhere. I didn't do your bells. So interesting. I am going to do your bells. But I'm interested because in the last reading, this card came out upside down for them, and it's come out upside down again, and I put it back in. I've rifled decks. Anyway, your bells. Well, there's something for you about 4, and that's how going backwards to the 5th new moon. It's to go back, because everything's about 5s today. You're one step behind suddenly, and I'm not sure why, but it is a repeating moon. So there's something for you about the energy that you've just been through. I need another sip of coffee. Okay, so you've lost your pleasure in life back in the 4th moon, 5th moon, because this is 4th and 5th, which makes a divine 9. Just going to show you the 2 cards. It's the 5 of Mercury, stars, which is the 5 of Swords, and it's the 4 of it's 4 of Pentacles. So just have a little look at those. The reason this card keeps coming out, and it's not, I don't think it's giving me the same message as it did in the Tiger reading, but I'll see when I look at it properly. It might, but I don't remember what it said in the last reading. There is an S, which was there before for the sun. It's almost like that's when everything began to dim for you. So Aquarius is in the bottom of the picture, taking the baton from Capricorn, so earthing things, bringing in an emotional sense of movement. And I really get this feeling that Aquarius is the collective that you've been cut off from, and it's now time to sort of, you can't see, but the Aquarius is pouring this line down, and it's coming down like the Villoldo bridge, and it's that sense of, it's like you okay, so we talked earlier about the Odin's crows going out and seeing the world. It's like you've stopped seeing the world. This card has a falcon, and the falcon is tight in the hand. It's not moving, it's not free. You're allowing this, the emotions around you at the moment to almost lock you down, but you're still being divinely protected. That's the point. Nothing's out of place or wrong. It's just that you rabbits, you're feeling it as you're in your burrow, you've closed the lid down and you're not moving. That's why your last reading was about laughing. It was saying that everything's coming, but you've got to get your laughter back. So, I'm seeing Taurus. No, it's not Taurus. It's Pegasus. Oh, okay, so Pegasus is flying in to change the energies. Wow, 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 wow. So there's magic coming towards you. Now, that was upside down. This next card is up the right way. This 4 of the materials of the being in the real world, but it has, in the middle, it has a 5-sided pentagram that's blending into a whole series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided pentagrams, but it's giving us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a completion and a new beginning, with 4-sided pyramids reversing everything. Your entire cosmic world is about to be shifted in the coming months between now and the solar eclipse that's flying towards you. In this card there are 5. You see, it is this sense of everything's on a 5, but you're back a step, because there's 5 ears of corn. And I want to say pain de blé, the ear of corn bread. I don't know why we always get so much French with you guys, but there's something about, I guess it's about speaking a new language, having a new fluid communication is what they're saying. So you have to find a new thing. You have 2 little kind of weird dog bears either side of you. One is scratching at you, the other one is kind of biting at the food. It's almost biting the hand that feeds it. It's moving from that energy of one to the other. And then we've got a bird, again, coming in with the 5 ears of corn. So spirit is returning with this Pegasus energy. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups. Again, we had the Queen of Cups before, and we've got the 4 of Moons. So it comes in this pairing. This is to do with Kundalini energy. 13 and 4, there's a relevance to that. Give me a moment, please. I get the Kundalini rising, I get that being the key to your future, I get that part in the 4, but why are we getting the relevance of 13, 17, we're getting 17 as an energy, star energy. Oh, it's the integrity energy. What brings your integrity back to place is your divinity between your cosmic self and your body. So bringing your spirit and your body together. So this is representing your body, your Kundalini rising. It's divine masculine. And it's got the keys crossing. When the keys cross, you're unlocking both parts of the heart to make space. There's a huge sense of spiritual feather. The feather in the hand is almost beyond size. It's to write a huge spiritual pathway forwards. Oh my goodness, I can't explain, I'll tell you in a minute, but that last card has got all the beautiful relevance. I didn't notice it until just then. So you need to be, you're getting prepared to write a brand new emotional story. And then you have here the other card, the 13, the Queen of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got a 7-sided, kind of like a growing star and ace energy above her, which I'm very much liking. A kind of a global star of the world, but she's bringing down. There's a sort of a hidden rabbit hidden in this card here in the world behind. So it's like it's moving into your time now, and the moon is about to eclipse the sun. It's working its way towards it. So this drive forwards, the next few months, is about you meditating to bring together these 2 energies of your divine masculine and divine feminine in one place in the heart. And then you get to be you absolutely fully in the real world. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the Ace of Globes, the Ace of the World. It has a sunshine in the middle. It has all the cosmic parts of the planetary movements all linked and lined up perfectly for you. The keys have crossed. The book is open to write this new chapter with this giant spiritual pen that's being held in your physical body. This is lovely. This is really beautiful, wonderful energy, Rabbit. So, I need something to end with. I think we're going to take real world stuff. Where does this end then for rabbits? What's this bringing towards rabbits? This wonderful space that they have in the new world with a brand new chapter of life to write upon. It's a divine 9. It's like, it's the 4 and the 5 of cups. So it's like having the 9 of cups, which is the wish card, but it's this energy is about you creating your future. The cosmos is offering you this wonderful new energy, and you're going to just casually allow it to flow down the rabbit hole and let this new frequency come in. And it's come as 2 cards to show this joining of 2 souls. 2 souls that until this point of meeting both look a little bit out of sorts. But when they come together, the energy is going to be completely incredible. And I'd split the deck and I got the 3rd Queen of Cups. Absolute. Oh, and an Ace of Pentacles again underneath it, people. Mais petit lapin. So you've gone from false queen to queen coming into balance to queen holding open a field of absolute blissful energy, and everything taking root in the real world to bring about this wonderful emotional union that we talked about. You know, Mr. or Mrs. Darcy coming in perfectly. So rabbits, no laughter, but it's a beautiful reading. What's over?